Is Rush Limbaugh on his way out? Well, he might be. A recent report in Politico reports that the second largest radio network, Cumulus Media, is dropping both Rush Limbaugh and Sean Hannity's show. Now, a source inside Cumulus Media said that the negotiations between Cumulus Media and Clear Channel broke down due to disagreements over the cost of distribution rights. Now, in the article, it said that Cumulus is known to drive a hard bargain on costs, and Clear Channel is known to see top dollar for big names. So what does this mean for Rush Limbaugh? Well, it pretty much means that Rush is no longer worth top dollar. Now, the effect of this would be that Rush Limbaugh would be dropped from 40 stations, one of which is a major carrier in New York. Now, it's very important about the New York carrier, because if they lose that New York station, that would hurt Rush Limbaugh's ability to sell national ads. Now, of course, ads keep radio shows afloat. Now, over 140 advertisers had dropped Rush Limbaugh's show over his sexist remarks about Sandra Fluke. Now, you remember Sandra Fluke talking about birth control, and you remember his pretty tasteless sexist comments about how she's a slut, how she wants to get paid for sex, all those really nice things that he said about her. So, getting back on the topic of advertisers, well, so there's been a campaign, kind of a grassroots campaign, to get advertisers to stop advertising on the Rush Limbaugh show. Now, like I mentioned before, over 140 advertisers have jumped ship. They are out of here. And some of those include Walmart, Walgreens, Little Caesars Pizza, Visa, GM, Johnson & Johnson, and Subway. And that's just one of many advertisers that have pretty much given Limbaugh the boot. Now, of course, Rush Limbaugh does not want to blame this on his misogynistic statements. No, he actually he wants to blame somebody else. Check it out.
Sam, that advertising is what supports all this. Do you know that, well, I don't want to let too many cats out of the bag here, but I mean, Fox has been number one for a long, long time. And they still weren't getting a majority of the media buys, because the media buyers at advertising agencies are young women fresh out of college, liberal feminists who hate conservatism. When you look at a network, for example, on anything or a show that is by far number one, and they're still running penile enhancement ads, what's happening is that mainstream media buyers are sending money elsewhere, trying to harm them. These are things we had to overcome on this, but we have to fight that battle every day here anyway, because these little sniveling jerks are out there trying to scare advertisers. It still goes on.
Now, that's a pretty funny clip, actually, because he won't take responsibility for the things that he said. He doubled down, he tripled down on what he said. It's the feminists, the feminazis. They're not buying advertisements anymore. We're gonna have to go to penile enhancement ads, which is pretty funny because some of the stories about Rush Limbaugh going down to South America with a bottle of Viagra. So now what about the free market? Well, this is the free market at work. They don't like you, Rush. They do not like what you're saying about women. I don't like what you're saying about women. And nobody should. And this is just a free market at work. And people are so fed up with people like Rush and people like Hannity and people that are essentially doing the war on women. And that's why people are just fed up with the GOP overall. So I think this is great. And I hope they boot his ass, and I hope they drop his ass, and I hope they Flush Rush.